Okay, so example 4. Benito has 15 neon tetras in his aquarium that has the shape of a circular cylinder. All right, so does anybody see a circular cylinder on the paper?
Nope.
So we have to draw a circular cylinder. So the way we do this, start with an oval, not a perfect circle, but an oval. It gives it an illusion of depth. So if you draw an oval like so, and then just come straight down, and then draw the front half of the oval and the back half dotted, you create yourself a circular cylinder. Okay. Artwork is not being judged here. It should look somewhat like a circular cylinder.
Yeah, I can
Right. Now, it says the aquarium has a diameter of 16 inches and a height of 32 inches. Be careful with circular cylinders. Sometimes they give you diameter, sometimes they give you radius. What you need is radius. So if they give you diameter, how do you find radius? Divide by 2, right? It's just half, right? So the diameter is 16 inches, my radius is 8 inches. And it says the height of the tank is 32 inches, so 32 inches high. Now it tells us that each tetra requires at least 2 gallons of water. Okay, so at least 2 gallons of water is necessary for each tetra. All right? And we need to find out the maximum number of tetras Benito should have in his aquarium to see if he's being safe with these fish pets or whether he's being not a good pet owner because he's got too many.
How do you know to use a cylinder?
Shape of a circular cylinder. All right? That's fine. Always read your problem all the way through. A lot of times in these problems, if they don't draw the picture for you, they typically describe it to you. So, if no picture is drawn, expect the words to be somewhere in there to know what shape to use. The other one actually said rectangular prism as well. So, again, if the shape is drawn, they might not tell you, but if it's not drawn, they have to tell you. Otherwise, you have to make assumptions. So, they're going to tell you exactly what it is if they don't give it to you. All right. So, notice it says 2 gallons of water, and we got inches as units here. So, what I can find here is volume in cubic inches. I'm going to use this fact they give me in this hint that 1 gallon equals 231 cubic inches in order to approximate the number of gallons of water once I figure out the volume in cubic inches. So, step 1, draw the picture. Everybody comfortable with the picture?
Yeah.
Step 2, we're going to find the volume of the circular cylinder, which again is the area of the base, which is a circle, times the height. So, just like I did before, I'm going to draw my circle. That's my base. Area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. Oh, we're going to use the letter B for that, right? Capital B. For now, until we get to bigger and better classes where we need to be much more accurate, let's use pi as approximately 3.14. So we're going to use 3.14 to approximate pi, and 8 squared is 64. If you punch that in the calculator, it equals 200.96 square inches. Yeah, feel free to get a calculator to calculate things. That's what it was this morning. I'm guessing it's still that same answer.
Can you go to 201?
What?
Can you round it?
I'd like it to, we've already rounded pi to 3.14. I don't want to round too drastically, so let's just keep it at 200.96. All right, we're using calculators to calculate anyway, so it's not that big a deal to have the decimal in there. Okay. The height of this cylinder is how far apart the circles are, which is 32 inches. So 32 inches. So the volume of this tank is going to be 200.96 square inches times 32 inches. So 200.96 times 32 is equal to 6,430.72 cubic inches. Okay, so that doesn't answer the question, but at least it gets us to a point where we're capable of answering the question. Now it tells us, this hint, that 1 gallon is the same as 231 cubic inches. Just like a moment ago, 1 foot was the same as 12 inches, right? I want to convert from a unit of cubic inches, is what we have, into a unit of gallons. And again, we need a fact like this to change from one unit to another unit. So, currently, if I put this over 1, just to create a fractional structure, currently inches cubed lives where? Where's inches cubed in that expression? In the fraction? Where is it? In the numerator, top, whatever you want to call it. It's on the top, right? So when I'm putting this into a fraction here to multiply by it, what do I want to put on the bottom? The cubic inches thing, right? So over here, when I multiply by this fraction, I want the inches cubed to go on the bottom because, again, I want those to be in opposite positions. I've got inches cubed and gallons into my fact here about how gallons and inches cubed relate, so gallons is going to go on top. And the facts that go with those two units is 1 goes with gallon, 231 goes with cubic inches. 1 on top, 231 on bottom, because that's where the units are supposed to go. Again, that's just all dimensional analysis ever is or will be. You have a fact, two things are equal to each other. You make a fraction containing the two equal things. Make sure the part you want to go away is on this opposite part of what you want to go away. And make sure the numbers are with the right units when you get everything set up correctly. Cubic inches cancels cubic inches. And now we're left with this divided by 231 is going to get us gallons. If things end up on the same level, you multiply. If you end up on different levels, this divided by this, top divided by bottom. So 6,430.72, what I already have, divided by 231 comes out to 27.84 gallons. Okay. Finally, we're supposed to figure out the number of tetras that we can safely have in this aquarium so they don't die. And Benito is a good pet owner. So, each neon tetra requires at least 2 gallons of water. So if I wrote an equality like this fact here, 1 tetra equals 2 gallons. Each tetra requires 2 gallons of water, so each tetra equals 2 gallons. So currently gallons lives in the numerator. I'm going to put gallons in the denominator. I'm going to put tetras in the numerator. One of these equals 2 of those, right? Gallons cancels gallons, divide, we get volume is equal to 27.84 divided by 2. Being lazy here for that one. 13.92 tetras. Now it says very clearly in the words, they require at least 2 gallons. Okay, we cannot round up in that scenario. Okay, so if 14 can't be in there, anything less than 14 has to be 13. If it's 13.99 tetras, it's still not safe to have that 14th tetra in there because not everybody's getting at least 2 gallons. They're getting just under 2 gallons of water. So I would say 13 tetras would be the safest environment for these fish in this fish tank. He has 15, so he needs to get a bigger tank.
He's a bad owner.
Or fewer fish. All right. Adopt a pet, maybe. Put it out
Fish
there.
in a pond.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the pond's the safest place for tetra either. I don't know.
Probably not safe for him.